And 3 people were killed yesterday inside a Dollar General store by a gunman who police say acted on a, quote, disgusting ideology of hate.
Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters says all 3 victims, 2 men and 1 woman, were black. He said the shooter, a white man in his early 20s, first tried to enter a historically black university in Jacksonville, but was turned away by security. After being turned away by security, he put on tactical gear and began opening fire. Rob Kirkpatrick shares the latest developments in the case.
Tragedy unfolded on the streets of Jacksonville Saturday when police say a gunman opened fire at a Dollar General store in a racially motivated attack.
At 1:18 p.m., he texted his father and told his father to check his computer. At 1:53 p.m., the shooter's family members called the Clay County Sheriff's Office. By that time, he had already began shooting in Jacksonville.
The gunman, who police identified as 21-year-old Ryan Christopher Palmetter, killed 3 people, and police say he clearly targeted black people. The suspect used racial slurs and left behind writings to his parents, the media, and federal agents, outlining what the sheriff called his, quote, disgusting ideology of hate. The shooting occurred on the same weekend of the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington, and Martin Luther King's granddaughter says the dream is still not fulfilled.
60 years ago, my grandfather delivered his dream, his message, and that was a call to action. And 60 years later, the dream still has not been fulfilled.
Palmetter put on a bulletproof vest and mask and went into the Dollar General store and started shooting before turning the gun on himself, according to police.
Anyone who enters into a store and does this to perfectly innocent people, one doing his job, a couple of customers, is baffling to me. It's very difficult for me to watch.
Members of the community, including Jacksonville's mayor, say the hate has to end.
It's too much. It's too often. We keep going down the same path.
This makes no sense. I am very, very angry right now.
The sheriff identified the victims as a 52-year-old woman who was shot in her car 11 times, a 19-year-old male Dollar General employee, and a 29-year-old male who was shot as he entered the store.
President Joe Biden issuing a statement today strongly condemning what took place yesterday. In his statement, he says in part, quote, white supremacy has no place in America and hate must have no safe harbor.
The president noting that the fatal shooting came on the same day as an event marking the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington. President Biden also extending his heartfelt condolences, saying, quote, Jill and I are praying for the victims and their families, and we grieve with the people of Jacksonville.
And as the nation is mourning this incident, residents of Jacksonville came together late today to grieve the 3 lives lost in the attack. City and state leaders were among the speakers at a prayer vigil held later today, and residents are still trying to make sense of the tragedy.
Among those in attendance, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and his wife were there. They faced a cold welcome and boos from the crowd. However, a member of Jacksonville City Council tried to quell the reaction, saying that this was a time to put parties aside.